Hey guys, Funderful here. This is a video on Valorant. May not make more of these, but this is something I really wanted to share because maybe I'm stupid, maybe I'm not, but this is the most useful thing related to Cypher. He's the person that I play. So if I try to place a camera up on this wall, you see that as immediately as I go up, it turns red. Well, apparently, the place where you can put your camera is dependent on how high up you are relative to the camera. So if I jump up, immediately I can place it there. So you can use this to get to some really interesting spots that I'm going to show to some of you guys. Alright, so the first two are going to be on the B site. This is if you're holding it, obviously. So the first one, you want to jump up on this box, and this way you won't take any fall damage. Just jump up and just mash click, you'll stick it up there. It's pretty useful because you can look into the corner, you can even look into heaven. The second useful one is jumping off this edge here. You're going to take a little bit of damage, but it is kind of worth it. So you want to jump off, just mash click again, and now you can look into B-Link and kind of into heaven. The third spot of these is going to be on, it's kind of a glitch spot. You can stick it right against this trash can here, and you just want to make sure you get it on the trash can and not the wall. You may have to mash click a little bit because it is a glitch spot. If you stick it right, you should be able to look through the wall into B-Link. This is almost OP in such a way because you can just sit around this corner, wait for people to peek, and pop them in the head. If you happen to be defending mid on split, you can stand up here on these stairs and stick one up into there. This is useful because it covers the bottom half of the camera and makes it less visible to enemy players. The last camera on split that I like to use is on defending, at least, is before the round starts. You can stand up here on the box. When the walls drop, you can come up here, spam click as you jump up, and you place your camera up there. It's really high vertically, so people are not going to be looking for it unless you hit them with a dart. So that's all the defending spots. Now I'm going to go into some attacking ones that you can use to push. The first attacking one is going to be looking onto ramps if you're pushing A. What you want to do is you want to stand on this little box here, and you're going to want to be aiming for the grass patch over there. You are going to have to jump off. You won't take any damage though. Stick it up there. And if you do it right, you should be able to look entirely on the ramps. It makes it very, very covered. If you're on ramps, it's barely visible. So that'll allow you to tell your teammates who's on ramp and when to push. This isn't necessarily related to what I just said regarding how high up you are in the map. This is a nice cam to put on if you want to look into B. That's about all the cam spots I have on split. First few cam spots on bind are going to be on B. This is if you're defending. You can jump up here on this box, and then you'll be able to stick your cam up there on the back wall. Once you just see into hookah and the other entrance into B. Another one that I like to use is a little bit more visible. You can stick it on the corner there, and then you get a more low down view. Another one is right here. This one is not as visible, but it is useful to have multiple cam spots because as you go further into the round, you're going to have to keep the enemy guessing as to where your camera is. You jump up here, and almost stick it on the top of hookah. Mess it up, but if you stick it on the wall, you should be able to look into the room as well. If you're attacking and you're going from B long, I like to come up here in the corner, jump and stick a cam right there, so I can look into the back site and kind of look into mid site. There's not many good cam spots if you're trying to hold A mid. The best one is going to be if you stand on these boxes and stick it up here in the corner. If you happen to be holding bathrooms, there's a different cam spot. You want to immediately rush into the bathrooms and then stick it up here in the corner by jumping. This way, you'll be able to see the attackers coming in, but they won't see the camera. So the first few cams on Haven are going to be on A. This is if you're defending. What you can do to get up here is getting up in heaven and then jumping down into these boxes in the middle. If you want to be a little bit more not as aggressive, honestly, you should jump up here, stick up the cam on this wall by mashing click, and then here you can see all sides of the objective except for the back of this box here. If you want to be a little bit more aggressive and keep long, you can jump up here, stick the cam on the wall, look behind the boxes there and see if any enemies are coming for you. If you're attacking A, it's very, very similar, except you can't get as high up, so what I like to do is just jump and stick a cam up there in the corner, and then you can just kind of look into the site. Not the best cam, but it does do the trick. If you happen to be defending B, there's a lot of cam spots in here, but the one I do like to use, if you have no stage to wall you up, you can jump up here on these boxes, and then just stick your cam on the wall here by mashing click. Now you can watch the entire objective. Alternatively, if you get a sage to wall you up there, you can stick it somewhere up there by jumping, But that's besides the point. If you happen to be attacking, you can come to either side of the wall, and I just like to stick the cam up there in the corner. It doesn't really matter. You should be able to see the entire site anyway. A lot of the good cams for Cypher on this map are going to be in garage. So the first one I like to use is getting up on this little, I don't know what to call it. It's somewhere in the window. You stand on it. It'll allow you to get cams up where you wouldn't before. So if you jump up, be able to just move your mouse very, very slightly. Get the camera right there in the corner. If the enemy team figures out where that is, as soon as the round starts, you can jump, stick it up there in the corner, then they won't see it as they come in. A third very, very aggressive one I like to use is sticking up here on this branch. What you're going to want to do is you're likely going to have to use a smoke to get it up here. You should just be able to jump and stick it on there, and then all of a sudden you have a very, very defensive cam spot because it's in the leaves. It makes it very, very difficult to see. Another aggressive one is sticking up here right in the corner of the box. The enemy team likely won't see it because the box is covering the bottom half of the cam. If you're attacking, there's no really good cam spots, but I do like to just jump up, stick it up there, just get a quick view of it. Most enemies will destroy it, but it does give you an idea of where they're going to be. If you're defending C, there's a really interesting cam spot by jumping up onto this box. Looking up into this street light up here, just mash and click, stick it up here in the corner, and now you can look into cubby. If you look right here into these tiny little openings, you should be able to see which enemies are going C. An alternative one, but it is more visible, is to stick it up here in the corner, and then you can totally see into C long. If you happen to be attacking and you need to clear C out, you can stand right here in the middle of this cubby here, look up into here right below the street light, and mash click. There should be a tiny spot of blue where you should be able to stick a cam, and then you can see into the entire site.